What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. Let's dive into Impact Wrestling for August the 24th, 2023. A pretty decent show, the go-home show to this Sunday's Emergence, and we will go over the predictions for Emergence as well. But before we get into the review, I just want to say rest in peace to Bray Wyatt and rest in peace to Terry Funk. Bray Wyatt passed away at the age of 36. Terry Funk passed away at the age of 79. Just want to have a moment of silence for both men. Thank you, Bray Wyatt. Rest easy. Thank you, Terry Funk. Rest easy. We send our love and our condolences to the families of Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. So, we kicked the show off with PCO. He was standing in the ring. This happened. This just took place before the Impact, which I wish the Impact would start televising that again instead of just putting it on their YouTube channel. I don't really like that for whatever reason. I just don't like it. I don't. So, Shira and Raj Singh were standing in the ring. So PCO came out. He did a dive through the ropes, taking out Shira and Raj Singh. PCO also attacked people at ringside. The crowd popped for him. So PCO put Raj Singh through a table, and then he leaped from the top rope. He did the PCO salt to the table. Then Bully Ray appeared on the Titantron moments later. So he called PCO a son of a bitch, and he mocked PCO and said PCO would never get to him. Bully said he wasn't leaving his hotel room because Impact couldn't guarantee his safety. Bully said PCO could look for him, but he wouldn't find him. Bully said he would get to PCO and would be the one to take him out. And then PCO yelled at the screen, and he left for the ramp. So, okay, way to start the show. Kind of interesting there. I'm guessing we're building towards a match between Bully Ray and PCO. Probably like a Monstrous Ball match or something like that, or Full Metal Mayhem or something like that at Bound for Glory. Maybe loser leaves Impact, and then that's where we see Bully Ray leave and maybe do Busted Open or whatever, or go back to NWA. Bully's been with Impact for close to a year, so it would make sense for him to kind of bow out gracefully. Moving on. So, we get the We on the Night opening after all the chaos that took place earlier on. So let's get this into our first match of the night. Trinity versus Jody Threat. My damn problem with Jody Threat is she has not stated why she's in Impact Wrestling. And she has no character. She has no character. She's not done much of anything. She hasn't really said much of anything. And it's so damn stupid that they have not done anything with Jody Threat. She's okay. She looks okay. But what's her character supposed to be? What's her gimmick? I don't get it. She's been there for what? Close to 5 months, I believe. I think she came to Impact, I want to say back in March. If not March, definitely April. But she's been there 4 or 5 months, not really doing shit. If we're being honest, she's not doing anything. No feuds, no nothing, just matches. I'm just like, man, they've got to give a backstory as to why Jody Threat is there. Like, what's her end goal? What's her end game? I just don't get it. The match itself was good. I enjoyed it. Trinity wins via a roll-up pin, which was great. And this match was short. This match was like, I think 6 minutes. So Deonna Purrazzo was looking on in the back. So that makes kind of sense, if we're being honest. So, moving on. My boy, Jake something. Oh, hell yeah. So, we got to see a Jake something video package. So, Jake something talked about facing Sonata at Emergence. He said people might not know who he is, but they will find out. And he says, by ending, what's my name? So, this is great. I love this. I do think that this is going to be one hell of a match. I think that this match is going to put Jake something on the map, and this is going to start his ascension to championship gold. I think this is going to be his trial by fire, and I think that Jake something is going to pass. He's going to pass the flying colors. I think he'll do very, very well with Sonata. The match is something that I'm very interested in, for sure. Very, very interested in the match. Sonata is great. I love me some Sonata. Jake something is absolutely tremendous, man. And I do think that, I'm calling it now. I'm predicting it now. Jake something will be X Division champion sometime in 2024. Don't know when, but I'm just speaking it into the universe, and it's going to happen. Jake something is too damn talented not to be a champion. I'm serious. Jake something is somebody, along with Joe Hendry, is somebody that Impact can build the company around. I'm serious. Jake something's 32. He's not injury prone. He looks like a star. Same with Joe Hendry. Those are the guys that you can build Impact around. We don't need Josh Alexander. We don't need Bully Ray. We don't need Eddie Edwards. We don't need Frankie Kazarian and everybody else. We don't need those guys anymore. We don't. Those guys have had their times in the sun. Start building younger stars. Jake something needs to be X Division champion sometime in 2024. And I wouldn't be shocked if he wins the X Division championship next year at Hard to Kill. I think that would be great. Moving on. So, we get an in-memory graphic of Terry Funk. So it was a voiceover by Tom Hannifin, which was great. So I love that. That was a nice little tribute that Impact did there. That was great. Moving on. So Gia Miller, she interviewed Josh Alexander. He talked about his 5-month journey back to the ring after his injury. Josh Alexander said he has nerves and doubts. Josh said he felt he was back where he belonged at the Multiverse show. He said after Emergence, he would be ready to get back to the title picture. I'm just like, ugh. Like, who really cares? Again, if we're going to do Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley, let's just do it at Bound for Glory. Let's just build to it for a while and not just rush into it. You know? And I think what they could do is have a feud between Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley. That's what I would do. if I was booking things, that's exactly what I would do. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Because Josh Alexander needs to turn heel. He's been babyface for too long. He's been babyface for about, I want to say 2 years. He hasn't been heel since he was with Ethan Page when they were the North back in, I think it was 2019 and 2020. So he hadn't been heel in about 3 years. So there's that. Laredo Kid versus Diener. Diener wins via the antidote. Who really cares? I can't stand Diener. He fucking sucks. He sucks. Please make him a backstage producer at Impact, along with Eddie Edwards and Frankie Kazarian, Sami Callihan, Rich Swann, and so many others. I'm serious. Impact needs some fresh blood. They really, really do need some fresh blood. I'm not going to hold you guys up. So, post-match, Diener gets on the mic and said that Eric Young created Diener in his own image, but all it got was Eric a knife in his chest. He said Eric Young came back to finish his story, but he's no longer in control. Diener is. Diener said he is now the author and the designer, and he says how the story ends. Diener said it will end at Emergence, and he challenged Eric Young to a no DQ match. Oh, joy. Oh, boy. Doesn't really matter, though. Who gives a fuck? Again, I despise Diener and Eric Young. Ugh. Moving on. So we get a little 1980s style video package that aired to promote Johnny Swinger taking on Kenny King for the Digital Media Championship. So the voiceover said that Dave Pencer better learn how to announce Swinger as the new champion. That was kind of funny right there. Moving on. So PCO was looking for Bully Ray backstage. Gia tried to interview him, but he just yelled out Bully's name and kept searching. That's fine there. So that was the running gag for most of the night. PCO looking for Bully Ray. Next, ABC, Chris Bey and Ace Austin versus the Good Hands. John Skyler and Jason Hotch. I didn't watch the match. It was kind of lengthy. So, Ace and Bey, they got the win, obviously, via the Art of Finesse into the fold for 1-2-3. I love that finish. So good. I wish these guys were in WWE. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I really wish they were in WWE. I think they would do very well in NXT. I'm not going to hold you guys up with that either. I think that would be tremendous. So, again, I love how they're feuding with the Rascals. That's great. That's going to be a good feud there. Both teams are young. And, you know, I love it. You got to love it, man. I love all four guys. Chris Bay's good, even though he said stuff about, you know, Bret Hart. Like, I'm pissed that he didn't know who Bret Hart was. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, come on, dude. Really? Ace Austin's always been good. Trey Miguel's always been good. And the same thing with Zachary Wentz. Always been good. So, can't wait until we finally get that match, man. I just don't know when we get it, though. Moving on, we get a Subculture promo video. They talked about facing the Rascals at Emergence and proving that they're the best. So that should be a banger of a match. Moving on, so Joe Hendry and Yuya Uemura, there's a voiceover on their video that said they would embark on a journey of discovery at starting at the countdown to Emergence show. This sucks. Joe Hendry just needs to turn heel and go do a singles run. Like, seriously. He should be in the main event title picture. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Like, Joe Hendry is that good. Or, if not, he should be in the X division. Again, Impact should be building the company around Joe Hendry and Jake something. So many of these other guys have to go. Next, Chris Sabin versus Samuray del Sol, a.k.a. Kalisto. This match was solid. Match of the night for me, in my opinion. So Chris Sabin gets the win via the Cradle Shock. Moving on. So we get the part 3 interview of Crazy Steve. So Crazy Steve said that his sight has been taken from him and his voice. He said he needed Tom Hannifin to help with his message. He said he's tired of being abandoned and forgotten and being on the receiving end of evil. Crazy Steve said if he can't be an antidote to evil, he should be the plague. So Crazy Steve grabbed Tom Hannifin's hand, and Hannifin said Steve was hurting him. So Hannifin called for help. So Steve got increasingly angry and said he found his blindness to be deliberate. Steve got angry and knocked over furniture, attacked some of the people that ran in to help. He sprayed mist in the guy's face and he yelled, "He's comfortable with evil, violence, and being the psychopath in your story." Great. Really good stuff. Absolutely tremendous. Love it. Hopefully they end up doing something with Crazy Steve. Hopefully. So we get an MK Ultra vignette. They talked about their title events at Emergence. So that was great. We also got a video package recapping the Frankie Kazarian Eddie Edwards feud. Who gives a shit? Moving on. So PCO entered a hotel lobby, called out for Bully Ray, but he walked down the hallway and continued yelling. The other guests could not have been happy about this, and they probably weren't. Main event, Shelley versus Brian Myers for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't watch this. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Well, actually, I did watch it. I just was on my phone looking at people doing Bray Wyatt tributes and stuff. So Alex Shelley gets the win via the Border City Stretch. Love that move. So post-match, Bully Ray and Moose, along with Brian Myers, they attacked Alex Shelley. So Josh Alexander and Kushida, they came out to make the save. And then we cut to backstage where we see Leo Rush had attacked Chris Sabin. And then the brawl continued on in the ring, and then Impact goes off the air. So it's an okay show. It's an okay go-home show. So the Crazy Steve stuff was great. I enjoyed that. Overall, the show itself was decent. Let's go ahead and get into the predictions for Emergence. So Kenny King versus Johnny Swinger for the Impact Digital Media Championship. Kenny King's going to retain. Frankie Kazarian versus Eddie Edwards, back to school match. I don't know what the hell that is. Who gives a shit? I don't care who wins. Just have both guys be producers, please. Next, we get the Fatal 4-Way Women's Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. MK Ultra versus Dizelle Shaw and Company versus the Death Dolls versus the Coven. MK Ultra is going to win, obviously. Moving on. Subculture versus the Rascals for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. I'm kind of caught in the middle between both teams because I like both teams. I'm going to go ahead and say that Subculture is going to retain because Ace Austin and Chris Bey are going to get involved. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go with that. Next, Jake Something versus Sonata. Sonata's going to win. But the match should be a banger. It should be match of the night. Trinity versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts World Championship. Trinity's going to retain, and then we'll have the third and final match at Bound for Glory. And then probably the main event, the 8-man tag. Time Machine, which is Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Kushida, and Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray. Brian Myers, Moose, and Leo Rush. Time Machine and Josh Alexander are going to win. Who really cares? So all in all, Impact itself was decent. Emergence should be okay. Although I don't know why Emergence couldn't have been on Saturday versus trying to compete with All In. It's not going to work. I will do an Emergence review for sure, but it'll be up later on in the week. But Impact was a good show. What did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.